Adam Banks here with you. Nellie's here with me as well. Lots to talk about tonight. A lot has been going on this week. First of all, Big Blue Madness was Friday. Nellie, did you get a chance to watch it?
No, I did not get They didn't televise it.
I was pretty upset about that they didn't televise it. I guarantee you that it would be televised.
I imagine there's a lot of fans in
year.
Kentucky that's not happy about it.
Yes, because I guarantee you it'll be televised next year, because here's what's happened. The SEC Network has got the right to air all SEC footage. Well, Big Blue Madness, I guess, is... I don't know if it's... I don't really technically think it would be a part of SEC footage, but I guess it would be, because other channels can't air stuff of SEC teams.
But why couldn't they do... Like, they could have the rights to it and everything, but why couldn't they showcase it on another channel on a different night? Or, like the next night or something.
I don't really know the rules to that, but they say the reason they couldn't, even the SEC Network wasn't even able to show it, is because, you know how the players come out to entrance music?
Yeah.
Okay, well, you have to buy rights to those songs if you want to play those songs on your network, and that was so many songs to play.
Oh, that's silly.
They didn't. But a lot of fans complained, so I guarantee that they're going to really find out the power of Big Blue Nation. And they're going to televise it next year. But it had its own story on Snapchat.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, did you see that? Drake was there.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know who Drake is?
Yes.
Yeah, do you like his music?
He's a rapper.
Yeah, he does. Started from the bottom, now we're here. Started from the bottom, got this whole club.
Okay, that's enough.
But... Did you hear Coach Cal come out to the song 0 to 100? Okay, well, Coach Cal came out, and poor Coach Cal, he looked like he was really, limping off the stage when he was announced. I don't think he's got many more years to where he can be in his, prime and do as good a job as he will do. And that's when I think he's going to leave Kentucky. People say, no, Cal will always stay at Kentucky. I don't necessarily think Cal will want to stay at Kentucky if he can't keep it at the success that he has it right now. And he can only do that for a couple more years because the man's getting old.
He ain't that damn old. He's younger than I am.
He's 55 years old, and he's getting up there. And it's just the stress is running out on him. And I don't see...
You remember how you used to think 30 was old? 50 is not old.
I'm not saying 50 is old. Okay, let me rephrase what I meant. Cal is letting life really get in the way of his life, I guess. Cal is letting his old age start to show a little bit early. He's
not letting... He can't help it. His had to have a hip replacement.
Well, I don't know. Have you seen the videos from him in 2009 to now?
Yeah.
He looks different.
Well, yeah. I imagine you do too.
He's aged.
We all have.
Well, anyway, I see that this is going nowhere. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, the football game was on Saturday. Did you get a chance to watch that, Nellie? LSU versus Kentucky.
No, I didn't watch it because I got sick.
Okay, well,
of watching it.
Kentucky got blew out.
No shit.
Yeah, so I don't know what's going on here. I'm happy that we're 5-2. That's our record, but I want to beat a team to where we really thought that we wasn't. I want everybody to say, "Wow, this was a team I didn't think they could beat." And LSU was a team that people didn't think we could beat. We beat South Carolina. We beat Vandy. They knew we could beat those teams. Florida. We lost. That would have been one we could have said, hey, that's bragging rights. And this one could have, too, the other day, LSU. But, it's been years since we went down to LSU and won.
Yeah.
But, I don't know. Hopefully we win another game. We just need one more game before we can get a bowl.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I think Coach Stoops is going to get us to where we need to go, but it's going to take him a couple years possibly to get that in stone.
People's going to freak out.
You think so?
If he leaves, yeah.
If he leaves, I mean, really, I don't see why he would leave. I mean, he's coaching in the best conference in college football, the SEC. Kentucky, it's not a bad school. It's got a stadium that seats 75,000 people.
Right.
I mean,
they need to keep it going and keep it filled up and winning some games.
Speaking of Commonwealth Stadium and how many people it holds, I said 75. It might not be that. It might be let's say 65. 65,000 people, that's a lot of people. If you sell that sucker out at $20 a ticket, that's how much? A lot of money. So they only use that stadium 8 times a year. because that's all that Kentucky plays at home. So imagine.
Well, they use the field for other things, don't they?
No. I think they should use it.
They had that mud thing up there.
Listen, I think they should use it to showcase shows like concerts.
Yeah, and stuff in the summer.
Think about how much money it would make for the city, or I'm sorry, not even the city, for the university, if they like had Drake come in for a concert, and he could sell out the Commonwealth Stadium.
Well, I think the responsibility of all that too is probably not something. It would be the same thing as involved in.
It'd be the same thing as Rupp Arena. Same thing. You just have to double what you would hire at Rupp because of the capacity. It's bigger. Just a thought. But no, I was pretty shocked when I heard that they did not even do anything with that stadium unless it was a football game. I think they should sell that sucker out for games. Like, who would be some people that could come there and sell that stadium out? Justin Bieber, unfortunately, probably could.
Ooh.
Taylor Swift probably could.
Jason Aldean.
I don't know if he can sell out that many people. Do you think in Kentucky? Yeah. Do you think so?
Oh, hell yeah.
Okay. Maybe Jason Aldean. Joel Osteen, the pastor, he could probably come out here and sell a ton of tickets.
Stupid old
WrestleMania, WWE
oh,
WrestleMania.
No,
yes.
No, they don't want that shit at the college.
You're crazy.
You're crazy.
So all these rappers that come in here and smoke weed, and there's people in there doing Molly and all these drugs, and rappers are on stage talking about sex and cussing. They wouldn't bring in a PG-rated wrestling show. You're telling me that?
I didn't say they'd bring in all them people. You did.
Yes, you did.
Oh, you're full of shit. I said Aldean and all them. I didn't say nothing about no rappers and shit.
You don't think they'd bring in a rapper?
Well, fuck no.
They would.
Well, I think you're being ridiculous.
No, I don't think I am being ridiculous.
Yes, you are talking about a wrestling match. Lord.
WrestleMania. Like, what's that?
That is like low.
You're crazy. I love wrestling. I loved wrestling.
I don't care.
I loved it. Wrestling was the
shit.
Have you
back looked at people that go to wrestling?
Okay, maybe now, but back in the day when I watched it when I was a kid, back in the late 90s and the early 2000s, back in that day.
People, he's 26.
That's when that's when everybody watched wrestling. Wrestling used to be the highlight of my week, Monday night.
Not me.
Well,
ever.
Well, you never lived. You never lived unless you watched WWF Attitude Era Wrestling.
Yes, I did.
What'd you watch?
We was outside.
No, wrestling came on at 9 o'clock on Monday nights.
I was in bed.
Oh, see, you never lived. I was up watching wrestling. You watch that. You watch that. That stupid Days of Our Lives shit and stuff like that. That's what you like to watch.
I did not watch it.
And the Restless.
I do like to watch Young and the Restless.
Yes, well, wrestling sucks today. It's terrible. It's got a bad product out today. But back in my day, when I was like a kid, it was awesome. It was awesome to watch.
So long.
But ladies and gentlemen, let's turn our attention now to a little bit more of a serious issue. The United States is facing a huge crisis. The Ebola virus is making its way into these wonderful states, these United States that we have. So, have you heard anything about Ebola, Nellie, at all? Do you know what it is and what it does? Yes, and do you know exactly like the ins and outs of it?
It's some kind. I don't know what exactly it does, but they can't breathe, they can't eat, they get paralyzed eventually.
Let me break it down to you what the Ebola virus is. It originated from some country. Where was it? Cambodia?
I don't know.
Africa.
Somewhere in Africa.
Yes, it was in Africa, and it's leaked its way over to America because some contagious person brought it over here. But what it is, it's a virus that attacks your organs, and it eventually eats up all of your organs, and you will die. Mm-hmm. And they have decided
a worm.
As of right now, they know it's not airborne. You can't catch it through the air. But
saliva and stuff. What if somebody sneezes?
Bodily fluids, absolutely, you could get it.
Well, that's what I'm saying. That's airborne.
It's scary. It's scary to think.
Hell yeah! I told Carol. I said they went to Nevada that week. All that happened. I said, "Girl, your ass needs to stay off the plane."
You think?
Because you don't know who you're riding with.
No, you don't.
On that plane.
No, you don't. Well, you don't know who you're going. Like when I go to a football game or if I go to a basketball game, I don't know who's in that arena.
Sitting next to you.
Yeah.
Behind you.
Well, if you go to if you go to the bank, you don't know who's there with you.
It's anywhere.
So I mean, it's definitely scary.
It's very scary.
I hope that it don't get out of control. Do you think that the country would react in a very panicky way.
I think they're full of shit. I don't think nobody's ready. If that hospital was supposed to be the best place for them, and they fucked up the way they did,
Wait, what hospital?
In Texas.
Oh, what happened? Tell me the story.
That man died. They let him go home.
Why? Why?
Because, did you not watch it?
No, I did not. I missed it. Well, tell me what it was.
That first man that came back and was home.
Okay.
He went to the hospital with a fever and all this stuff. They give him medication, send him home.
But they knew he had it.
And he died.
They knew he had it?
No. They tried to tell him that wasn't it.
Oh, but it was.
And he told him he'd been overseas and everything.
Well, did you hear the woman who she was working with that Ebola patient, and she called and said, hey, I have a fever, I don't know if I should get on this plane. They said, no, it will be fine, and they let her on, and it ended up that she had Ebola, and she rode on a 200-passenger plane back here to the States.
She didn't call. They said she didn't call. And I don't think she did because she was so excited to go see her mom and her fiance because they were doing wedding shit. Getting ready for a wedding.
Well, did those 200 people get Ebola?
I don't know.
If they didn't,
that's a good sign. I mean,
if they did, that's a bad sign. Because that means it is airborne.
It's going to be everywhere. It's going to be everywhere.
Now that's scary. But ladies and gentlemen, we want to thank you for listening to Off the Cuff. It's been an awesome time so far. Views are growing every day.
I want to say I'm sorry about the coughing, people. I'm getting sick.
Nellie's getting sick. And we need one of those drop boxes in the studio. When you have to cough, you hit that button and mute your mic. That way you don't have to cough in the mic. So ladies and gentlemen, we will see you in the next episode.
Mr. Worldwide to infinity. You know the roof on fire. We gon' boogie, oogie, jiggle, wiggle, and dance like the roof on fire. We go drink drinks and take shots until we fall out like the